What's up? We are back with Melvor Idle Hardcore, and this is episode 36. As you can see right now, I'm farming some eyeballs. I am seriously low on resources, so I've been out trying to get these things back. I got plenty of horns to go, but I don't have enough. I'm going to need like 1,400 eyeballs because I can't do herb lore without enough of those to keep going. I've been trying to get I'm really close to getting this leveled up again to 95 for one. And for two, I'm still working on this summoning mark. I still haven't gotten this thing yet. While we're looking at summoning, I think in the last video I had the Golban, the Mole, and the Octopus completed, as in all of the marks found and leveled up completely. I now have, let's see, the Wolf, the Pig, the Witch, and the Salamander are all done. So those all will synergize with whatever now. So if I go into my synergies, I have a whole bunch of synergies unlocked. Some of these at first glance I thought were kind of shitty. I just didn't really care for them. Like this one here, fishing, 75% chance to receive an extra fish. That might be kind of cool. But like this dragon gear one, I looked at that and I was, to synergize these two together, you get a 5% chance to preserve resources, which at first, on specifically dragon gear, and at first glance I'm like, dragon gear, who cares? I'm not really using that much. But I was thinking about it this morning when I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about in this video. The thing about dragon gear is that's where you get dragon javelin heads, and I think that's where you can make some pretty decent money by crafting those and selling them. So if you're getting extra resource preservation or anything like that, or duplication, whatever, that might be beneficial, especially if you're like low level and you're trying to just make some cash and you don't necessarily have all your agility opened up yet. Might be kind of a good way to do that. So I've pretty much just been working on, I don't know, as far as summoning goes, what are we doing now? The wolf we're done with, but I started doing the yak, which is defense. And I believe I'm doing defense, right? Yeah, that's what's lit up green. So, let's see. Ranged. I took my ranged from 83 to 85. The goal of this week is going to be to get ranged and magic up to 90, I think. That's going to be what I'm going to try to do. So between now and Wednesday, I'm going to try to work on those. Probably tomorrow, I'll just let magic go all day. And then once it hits 90, I'll switch over to ranged. I want all of these at 90. The Slayer will be there. That's kind of neither here nor there. But the ranged and magic, I would love to get up to 90. I'll get into that in a second, why. But it's basically gear related. And let's see, the magic, I took up a level from 86 to 87, and we're sitting about here. So on the magic side of things, I've been running defensive magic, which splits your XP between defense and the magic skill. And I was sitting there looking at that, and I really don't need my defense raised up any higher. I'm doing it now for this summoning thing and to collect eyeballs, so working a couple of things at once. But when I was doing this with my magic, I was basically trying to get defense and magic raised at the same time because there wasn't a damage difference. So in my mind, it was okay to just run both at the same time and collect defense and magic up. But now that I need magic to be raised up, when you click it off of defensive magic to regular magic, and I mean, it makes sense. You're not splitting your XP between two different skills. You're now focusing it all on one. So I've started doing that. My magic's going up a lot quicker. Bottom line, it's going up faster. That's where I was kind of driving with that whole thing. So if you forget about it and click on it and just leave it go, that's why. Herb lore, we just talked about. I did get herb lore up a level, and I'm probably going to get it up another level here when I get done with these things. Summoning went up greatly. I took this from 78 to 84, and we're pretty well getting ready to go up to 85, so that's not bad. And this is probably 2 levels behind my standard account. So my standard account, I was pushing harder on getting these made, and I think I just let it roll a lot more, whereas this one I was trying to unlock the marks. So I don't know which method's necessarily better, but it's kind of where that ended up. Before we continue on with that, I have to give a shout out to, I believe it was Daryl in the comments. He pointed out that I had not bothered to upgrade my boots, my dragon boots. For some reason, I don't know why I got it stuck in my head that this didn't upgrade, or I overlooked it or something. For some reason, I never upgraded this. So I have now. Thanks for pointing it out, because that was a pretty stupid mistake there. So this is upgraded. I have been doing a lot of dungeon clears. So just quickly, I can go into the bank. I've got 59 of these things now. I don't think I've equipped any on any other. Yeah, that's magic. That's this thing. That's fire making. So I have 59 clears of the volcano now. Very close. It's moving along very nicely, especially with this upgrade. I noticed it was going along pretty quick today, so that's always a bonus. Let's see here. What else was I working on? Boots, the volcano, the marks. One thing I noticed, I don't know if I've ever mentioned it in this video or in this series. It's been mentioned in my comments. Somebody mentioned it there. But when you're in combat, if you click on this, it knocks you out of, it stops your interval. So I heal, I heal, I heal. It keeps resetting this. That's what the attack resets means. What you can do is click on this and then hold the enter key, and it will keep you healing. So if you've got, if you're trying to punch above your weight, like you're in the volcano and it's slightly where you can't idle it, or you're going to get carpal tunnel clicking on this to heal, you just click it the one time and then you click the enter key from that point forward, and it will heal you. It's like auto heal, but manual, if that makes sense. I wanted to mention it because this got me through some things on my standard account that I was trying. What I did on my standard account was I thought, all right, I have pretty much the same gear that I have here. Basically the exact same gear, because they're both at the same point in the game. So I thought, let's see what the air god dungeon is like. Let's push the water god and the earth god. So that's what I did. I went through, and with that, with the click and hold enter, whatever you want to call it, trick or whatever, you can actually idle. I can't say idle. I cannot idle any of these dungeons on my standard account. But when you go in there, and if you're like fighting Maux or whatever, when you click that enter key and hold it, it allows you to heal. So like when this thing hits, when this clicks over and it does damage to me, it automatically it instantly heals. I shouldn't say automatically. It instantly heals as long as you hold that enter key. So using that method is the word I was trying to think of. Using that method, I was able to go through the air god dungeon, the water god dungeon, and the earth god dungeon with my standard account using this exact same gear. I'm slightly higher level on attack. I have 99 strength and maybe a little better defense and hit points. I'm not sure. But basically, both of the characters are pretty in line with each other. So, testing the waters, I could probably take this gear and get all the way up through the earth god dungeon with no problem. Get a little bit of gear along the way, hopefully. I got the earth god helmet and then went into the fire dungeon and immediately lost it. So we're going to have to really gear up to do the fire god, because fighting him, I don't know what attack he had. He has a whole list of shit that he does to you, but whatever he did just dropped me. Like I was in there, I was holding enter, I thought everything was going good, and I just died. Lost the earth god helmet, so that sucked. But I saw that I was able to get that far. So with just a little bit of work here on this character, I think we're going to be able to start tackling these first 3 god dungeons here, at least. Get those knocked out. I don't have a timeline for it, but maybe I'll just record a video one day when I do that, and we'll see where things go. And I'll show you the technique of what I'm doing with the hold the enter thing if you've never seen that. But if you're trying to fight something like even if you're a lower level character and you're trying to get through some of these, all you have to do is just click on the food and then hit enter and hold it. And it just keeps, as long as you got enough food, it keeps you topped off. Most of these things in these lower level stuff don't really do a whole lot. It's when you start getting into these higher level dungeons, the volcano and up, things go really sideways fast because some of these creatures will do 600 damage, and you want to be as topped off as possible because if you're 599, you're dead. You know what I mean? You won't auto heal through that. You'll auto heal up to, in this case, 388 because that's all I have health for. But anyway, kind of getting away from where I'm at. But I wanted to explain that because I don't think I've ever explained that on one of my videos. So I figured it'd be good to know. Let's see here. We've ran through pretty much everything that's gone on. And I haven't really gotten any new gear or done anything differently. Like I said, I've been working on these things here, trying to get these up. I don't know. I might try and get like the tree one done. The rune one is pretty close to getting maxed up. I'm over halfway. The leprechaun and the crafting one, man, I don't know. I'm kind of jumping around, but in planning how I'm going to tackle the summoning thing, I was thinking about this a little bit earlier. What do we get? The monkey. You can do any kind of ring. I'm going to probably take the crappiest ring that I can find. Probably this, but I need 5 of them. So silver is easy to come by. I mean, gold's probably easy to come by too, but I feel like I'm wasting less with silver. So I'm probably going to tackle this with, I don't want to waste diamonds on it because that's just a total waste. I will probably take the lowest tier that I can get, just craft up a bunch of these things and try to get this monkey, get all the marks for the monkey. Same thing with the leprechaun, although you don't have a choice. You just have to basically spend money. So I might try that. But as far as what I would thieve with this, I'll probably do just the simple guy here. I don't think it matters what you're thieving. Obviously, I would probably want something that would benefit me, but then I get so much crap from all these other things. I would probably do this one here because he's going to be the easiest and quickest and not give me a bunch of shit that I have to go deal with and sell and watch my inventory get filled up. You know what I mean? So I'll probably do that way. One thing I noticed, and I'm going to call this tying the shoe. I did not care for, like this one, you have to make these daggers, the minotaurs an axe, and the yak is shields. The way this is presented is not exactly in an order that I would do things. They put mining down here with the mole, smithing is way over here with the salamander, and then you kind of come back into here with the daggers, the axes, and the shields. And if you kind of see where I'm going with that, I would do a bunch of mining for mithril. I think it's mithril. These mithril. So where I'm going is with the requirements that you have for what you need to make. I would mine up a bunch of mithril with the mole to try to get those marks found. Then I would go over here and smith it with the salamander to get those marks found. Then I would come in here and craft daggers for this from the mithril, because the mithril daggers, you're going to need 13 of them where you need 45 of these. I know these are pretty small numbers down here, but we'll get into that in a second. When you come down to the Minotaur, same thing. You need 5 versus 421 or 50. So yeah, you can get these. And I would argue that these bronze are pretty expensive because you have to get, what, tin and bronze, or tin and copper or whatever. So you got to get 2 of those. Is that right? Tin and copper? Yeah, so you have to get these 2 together and then craft 50 of them. Iron might not be bad, quite honestly. What do we have? Iron. What's these? What are these? That's iron. And then these are steel. But steel's where you start taking coal. Iron, I think you can make with just 1 ingredient. And that's where I was kind of getting at with this mithril. I like the mithril for all 3 of these, the axes, the shields, and the daggers. And the reason I like the mithril for that is steel's going to start taking coal, and you can half the coal requirements to 1. So this is probably the most economical as far as smithing goes. But then when you come down here to summoning, let's say we go to steel. that's going to want 40 of these things. So you're going to need a lot of those to do the same thing. Whereas with mithril, yeah, you're going to use a little bit more coal, but instead of having you're going to need 2 coal. With the cape, you get 1 because it halves it. With mithril, you're going to need 4, which goes down to 2 coal. I kind of like mithril a lot better. Now, I haven't crunched like numbers or anything and done all the math and all that, but to me, the mithril just looks like it's going to be more economical and less time consuming, because you can go mine with the cape on for coal. So you click on mithril. For every mithril you get coal. So you're building that up. And then if you need more coal, just click on coal with the coal cape and keep going. And then you go to smithing and you smith this up with the smithing cape for half cost. And then you come over here and, of course you have these on at the same time, which helps you get preserve resources and things like that. And the mole is to gain additional resources. So I kind of think that's the way to do it. Mithril just looks, unless you've got, like on my standard account, I have a big pile of stuff from whatever, because I don't have any limitations on my storage bank. So that one, I just use whatever I have available. On this, having to craft all this stuff up, these I would probably use coal or something, or whatever. I mean, you could just craft up, or you could just dig out whatever. I mean, you could literally dig out, this stuff. This is pretty economical. Dragonite even. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're just going to burn it off and make these. But you get the mole one pretty quick because you do so much of it. And I don't know. In my opinion, I think the mithril's probably the way to go for like these. Because you need 45, 45, 45, 45. That's a lot of stuff to craft or find. I think these are the black daggers. So you have to go kill those knights or get them thieved up. These are really painful to get. Versus this, which is 13 compared to all these 45s. And then, like I said, these down here have more coal requirements. So crafting them is even more difficult. If you got them on hand, cool. Like if you're killing something... And that's not a bad option either. If you're killing something that's giving you these dragon daggers, you can just turn around and use them right here. It's no loss. I mean, it's free to come, free to go. But if you have to dig all that stuff up like I do for this one, I now have a massive stack of shields and mithril bars here to use. But the cool thing is I already have the thief done. And what was the other one? Oh, God. Well, the salamander's done. I guess I don't have any of the attack ones done yet. Well, I'm sorry, the thief. That was the one I was looking at. That's the daggers. So then I just need to work up the shields and this is the shield one, which I'm working on now, and then the axe one, which should be the Minotaur, and I haven't started working on that yet. So that'll be I'll do that one once I get this done. I've got plenty of shields sitting there. Actually, we're about to level up again, too. So I can craft more of these if I need to. We are moving along very slowly, so this one may take a while. Looking at the time, that's kind of about it. Video went a little bit longer than I anticipated. But that's kind of where we're at. And like I said, I'll be working on ranged and magic for the next few days, trying to progress this stuff here. I'll do some occultist ones up and probably some of the centaur ones, since that's going to take, well, those are going to be the bows. So I'll have to cut up some magic trees. So I'll probably make some of these things again, cut up magic trees, and then work on the centaur, and then we'll work on the ranged. I do have some stuff for the magic one, I think. No, I have to make the occultist. I had these over here. I had the witch. Anyway, that's all we got for today. We will catch you on the next one, so take care.